So what else we got? Tony Robbins.
Oh yeah, what is this? I know nothing. You just said there was an Anthony Robbins scandal.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Tony. So this was BuzzFeed News, and Ivan, correct me if I get any of this wrong. BuzzFeed News published an investigative journalism article that they've been working on apparently for some time, and it was broad spanning in its coverage and accusations. And it was everything from he doesn't take health and safety serious during his fire walks to he had sex with somebody who worked for them and then fired them to he disrobed in front of his assistants, some of whom said, I didn't mind, I just considered it part of my job. I actually don't know that any of them complained. To he had an intervention with this one woman and said, aren't you a bitch? And like the language that he uses is really offensive. It's a hour-long intervention and they show 15 seconds worth of things.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting.
Did he respond?
Yeah, so he responded on Medium. Like, I didn't want to have to write this. Like, this is a hit piece. They came at me. Basically didn't even take the time to deny everything. It's just like, it's just not the case. And so here's what I found interesting about it. One, it was such a hit piece. Whether it's true or not, it's like, dude, they threw everything. They're like, here's the title. Tony Robbins is a POS. Fill in the content.
Is that really the title?
No, but that was the clear journalistic thrust, was to like whatever will stick. This wasn't about sexual indecency. It was about everything.
Yeah.
And I think,
is it going to matter at all 1 month from now?
I don't know. Well, and also, let me be clear. I don't know if any of it's true. Like, I'm not there. It all might be true. It might. Some of it has been. The woman in the intervention made a video saying, I'm really grateful for that intervention. I'm like, well, I mean, there's some people that aren't. Some people have been upset by things that he said to him, for sure. But this particular one, she's like, I was mischaracterized. So there was one or two people who came forward and said that other people who worked for him that said, no, he's a tyrant and he doesn't care about safety. So it was just interesting. It was like the whole kitchen sink thrown at him, some of which might be true. Done by BuzzFeed News, which destroys credibility.
Yeah, best case scenario. If you're going to be attacked, best case scenario is it's BuzzFeed News.
Yeah. Well, not really, though, because you go to the comments, and the other interesting thing is it's just straight confirmation bias. Right. So, like, people who love Tony are like, he would never do this.
Yeah.
I don't need evidence. I know Tony, which, of course, is insane. And then the other side of it is like, I always had a creepy vibe.
Yeah.
It's all true.
Well, but what I'm saying, so I'm guaranteeing you someone's going to write a hit piece on you.
Yeah.
It could be the New York Post, CNN, The Economist, or BuzzFeed News. You definitely pick BuzzFeed News.
If you have nothing dirty on you, you go CNN or you go...
No, it's going to be the same article, though. They're not going to do extra diligence.
Of course.
They're not going to do extra diligence.
Yeah, well, that's I guess you hope it's BuzzFeed, but you also hope that CNN couldn't get to that point because they would have to have some journalistic standards or take whatever. You get what I'm saying.
Are those still a thing? Journalistic
They're
standards?
a thing, dude. If BuzzFeed is at one level, then the other guys, wherever they are not at that level. So it was interesting. It was, for me, I had reaction and then recognized that I rushed to Tony's defense emotionally and then went, wait a second, I don't know. Like, this could be true, not true, otherwise, and it's fun to talk about. But getting
it doesn't sound like
invested
anything that's gonna take him down, though. It's like,
no,
this woman already said you're fine.
It was a long article, to be clear. I haven't said everything that was in it. It was long and it went...
What's the worst accusation?
I think it's this general sense of impropriety around women. So they tacked it from a couple angles. Like, he took his towel off in front of a PA, and the one PA said that her job was to get his naked ass out of bed in the morning every single day. And she didn't seem perturbed about it, and BuzzFeed even said that. But the one was upset that the one time he dropped his towel or something. You can read the whole thing. The other interesting thing is that my mom sent this to me and said, like, here you go. And of course, didn't read a line of the article, like read the headline. And that for her is like, I knew it. Like, that guy Charlie likes.
Is she anti-Tony?
She's not anti-Tony. She is she likes to, poke and prod. And
she's just anti the things that you like for the sake of.
No. She enjoyed Unleash the Power. But I think finds it interesting that would be said about him.
I think I've gone numb to scandals because when you told me there was a Tony Robbins scandal, I was expecting much worse. This is the lightest scandal.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think for him, I have no idea how it's going to impact his business. It's interesting, man, and it's scary. And what it made me realize is that I don't want to be famous. Like,
I think cancel culture has made me numb to minor scandals.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so used to people being upset at this point that when you said that something had gone wrong, I was like, oh, wow. Tony was part of a pedophilia ring, you know? Like, something horrible has happened.
And I don't know if it ruined his week, but you could imagine that it could. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't fun.
Yeah. No, it just made me, and that was the other thing. I was like, man, like, that sucks. You get to a certain thing, you get a target on your back. It makes an interesting headline to say this person is garbage because whatever the opinion of you, if it's good, oh my God, and if it's bad, yes, I knew it all along. Yeah, man, fame ain't what it used to be. I don't want it no more. I'm gonna retreat. We're gonna get somebody else on the channel. You can make videos.
I did. No one liked him.
That's not true. That's not true. They didn't get as many subscribers. The people liked him.
Some people.
Not the new subs weren't flowing. So that was the Tony scandal. Yeah, not much of a scandal, but
unless I listen. I didn't read the article. If he did something terrible, I'm not trying to defend him, but it doesn't sound like much.
I read. Went
awry. A towel fell off of him in front of someone.
No, I think he might have taken off. Who knows, man? Who cares? Who knows? Like.